Welcome. I'm very honored to be here. They asked me to write a poem in English about botanical gardens. There are two things, there are two issues for me because the English is not my native language. I'm from Leiden. And the second was the botanical garden. For me, a tree is a tree and a flower is a flower. So I thought, how can I write a poem about that? So I visited the botanical garden in Leiden, I think 5 times last 2 weeks. The first time with my little boy, he's almost 2, and it was fantastic for him. The second time I was alone, get inspired from everything. And the third time I get a tour, a really enthusiastic tour guide. He gave me a tour, but the funniest thing was, I was the only person in the tour. So I was walking around asking me a lot of questions. I was writing everything down to get inspired, to get ideas to write a poem for this event. And then I was home and I thought, oh, how can I write? Which subject do I have to choose and what I have to do? So the first poem is a little bit a joke. It's a little bit funny, and it's about how did I find the topic for a poem. And if you know something about botanical garden, you could recognize the names of it. If you don't recognize it, it's only a name, but the names are a little bit flowers of things that happened in the garden. When a poet visits a botanical garden, do you want to fly in my poem? I asked the bumblebee. I'm too busy doing busy things, have to work for Queen Bee, so let it be. Can I write you a poem? I asked the herb. I'm not real, I'm a false Solomon seal. My flowers are too tiny, they say, so call it a day. Victoria in her dazzling green dress danced on the water and smiled. I have to confess I deserve a crown, don't get me wrong, but it's better to write me a song. The stinking Goliath, it's the penis flag, disagreed. Better talk to the press and get your 50 minutes of fame than talk to a poet, it's too lame. Please, Belladonna, do you want to bloom in my verse? The old walnut tree interfered. Why don't you write about human life and plant life? Or about the travelers that brought the seeds? About the honeymoons and honeybees? Moors or the elderly trees? Or about me, the walnut tree said. Maybe I will, I said. So I did. To make a round, it's a little bit 3 poems in a row, so I repeat the walnut tree because it's the second one. The old walnut tree. He observes the world around him. He's like an armchair philosopher. Never moves, but he always knows. He sees humanity dance between problems and moonlight, between shadows and hope. And with the people that play in the rain, he shares his passion, his knowledge, his blossoms and his brain. He's thankful for the seasons, the bees, the falling leaves and the butterflies. He observes the world around him, and he knows one day he will fall too. After the 2 hours tour with the guide, and the 4th and the 5th time I visit the botanical, please go to the botanical garden also in Leiden. It's so beautiful. Just a note. But there is a whole new world open for me, like the mysterious behind the plants, like there's in the ground are mysterious, and I really, really loved it. And one thing the most inspired me was that plants and human life have a little bit, they have a lot of in common. Like that, I find a joke I didn't put in the poem, but that the flesh-eating plants became vegetarian. It's like, huh? But it's in the same an issue with human life and plant life to migrate, the evolution, the DNA. Not the DNA is the same, but that you have DNA. So my poem, the last one, is about the similarities, plant life and human life, it's called. Being humble, being sensitive. Being a boy or a girl, feminine or masculine. Being strong or totally wrong. Missing the sunshine, you need to grow. Finding the seasons too slow. Seduce and lose your long distance love. Have some warmth and thoughts. feel the eagerness to forget me not. And despite the desire to travel, the never-ending wanderlust, you stayed and kept the faith. But still, you don't know how to grow in soil that has no soul of your ancestors. Thank you, Bill and Jill, for having me in your place. Thank you, Leiden-Oxford. Thank you, Nadine. Thank you very much.
Een beetje. Ja, u